This is Daniel 2:44 says, and in the days of these kings shall the power of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. And that's talking about the kingdom of heaven. That's on earth, where, righteousness is going to be, pinnacle. You know what I mean? Righteousness is going to be, because it's going to be enforced. It's going to be enforced, and Israel is going to enforce it, obviously in the specific order. You know what I'm saying? You got the prophets, you got Yahweh Shai, you got King David. So, it's everything is done, decently and in order. You know what I mean? But the Lord is going to beautify Israel, man, and make us whole and make us right again. Or right, I should say. I'm going to say it again, but that's the only time it really was, decent was, Solomon reigned. That was 40 years, and it was 40 years of peace. You know what I'm saying? And you can read about Solomon and how he had it. I mean, when you Google, I did this the other day or a couple weeks ago, you Google the net worth of Solomon in today's time, it said like $2.1 trillion. I mean, you got families that's worth trillions. I mean, you talking about a man that was worth, and that's just what they could estimate. You know what I mean? You got to think he was getting trains of valuables, you know what I mean, sent to him behind his wisdom, man, which made him rich, made him wealthy. You know what I mean? So, and that's the richest man that walked the earth, the wisest man that ever walked the earth. So, you know what I mean? Like, and that you came back as Yahweh Shai, okay? So, when Israel is beautified like that again, man, man, that's like a little prelude to the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? Like a little, just goes to show you, like, man, with how we are when we're right. You know what I mean? When we walk and we're together, Judah and Ephraim. Okay? Matter of fact, let me grab this. It says, Baruch 5:1, it says, put off, O Jerusalem, the garment of mourning and affliction, and put on the comeliness of the glory that cometh from the Most High forever. Cast about thee a double garment of the righteousness which cometh from the Most High, and set a diadem on thine head of the glory of the everlasting. Right, and a diadem goes into a crown. The Lord is going to beautify Israel. It's really starting now, just with the prophets on the highways and byways. And you got men that's starting to understand and know that our Israelites starting to pay attention and learn who we are as people. You know what I'm saying? And embracing it. Like, this is what it is. It's because it's the only thing that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? But where we're going to be fully beautified at is the kingdom. Okay? So, yeah, I mean, scriptures talk about these little sanctuaries, set up, and we represent those little sanctuaries, man. You know what I mean? So when I say beautified, I mean, like, it's beautiful to know who we are. It's beautiful to know the name of the Lord and his son. You know what I mean? That the house of David is starting to be built, okay, all across the globe, man. And that's prophecy, okay? Matter of fact, let's get that. This is Baruch 4 and 37. It says, lo, thy sons come, whom thou sentest away, they come gathered together, select, from the east to the west, by the word of the Holy One, rejoicing in the glory of the Most High. So, and this is what's happening, right? We gathered, men that never met each other, but on one accord. You know what I'm saying? And can go anywhere that a brother is at or a camp is at and feel like home. Come on, bro. That's never been done. That's never been done. Okay? The scripture said this is of men, it should come to naught. This is not of men. This is of the Lord. Okay? This is of the Lord, man. So with that, man, Lord, videos edifying, lonely, I can got something from this video. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakakadash. We brothers keep pushing on to the next. Shalom.